question. Now, first of all, what is philosophy? Philosophy is the study of our relation with the world, with existence, with matter. It is a relationship of consciousness with matter. That is called philosophy. And dialectical philosophy in particular is matter in motion, the world in motion, the reality is in motion. And that is why it is dialectical materialism. Now, when we say philosophy in crisis, that means the relation of our consciousness or relation of consciousness with matter is in crisis. That means both the consciousness and the consciousness producing subject, as well as the reality or the world, has changed qualitatively. And that is why problem is being created in our understanding of the world. Now, for example, till the particles inside the atom were discovered, until quantum particles and wave particle duality were discovered, the world was in order for our consciousness. And our consciousness, philosophy, and also physics took it for granted that such and such laws are applicable, they are correct, and world is in such and such place. The sun and the moon and the earth and the stars and the atom and the river and plants and so on and so forth, in even the society. Now, what is happening today that certain discoveries of science are applied as technology, and our relationship is undergoing change in relation with the material objects. Even Lenin in Empirical Criticism says something very, very important, and that is a clue to our understanding of the world. I had mentioned it in one of the previous lectures. He says there is a science of moderate motions, and then there is a science of high speed motions, high speeds, or very rapid motions. Now, these are two different things. Means, among others, laws of the world of moderate motions are not applicable to the reality of high speeds. Now, in one world, laws of Newton are applicable, but in another, laws of Einstein are applicable. Similarly, laws of certain societies are not applicable today. They are being suspended. They are being lost. Their relevance is being lost. It is an object of high speeds, quantum particles, electronics, and so on and so forth. And that those speeds we are using as uh, tools and machines. Those machines are not normal machines. Those tools are not normal tools. And those technologies and sciences are not the usual classical sciences of the industrial age. These are machines dealing with high speeds, and they have become productive force and forces of information. And therefore, the question arises: what is our relation? What is the relation of my consciousness, which has now taken a faster route? What is its relation with very fast, rapidly developing an object moving at near light speed? Now, my relation with something standing on my table, or my relation with the motion of a bus or a train or even plane is different. But my relation with electrons, protons, and quantum particles is quite different. And here is the crisis. How do I understand that matter which is moving at the speed of electromagnetic waves? And these electromagnetic waves are becoming transformed into means of production and information. So how I or my consciousness looks at an object which is at very high speed. Here the philosophy is in crisis. Because my observation, my brain also has electromagnetic waves. And the object that I am dealing with is electromagnetic. For example, this is just given an example. Therefore, philosophy is crisis. That is, my consciousness uh, broken up into wave particle duality, and the object broken up into wave particle duality. The philosophical relation is now working at that level. The atom is the object is not, it is not a football, it is an atom. It is not even an atom, it is high motion within the atom, which has come out as normal speed of the world. We have entered a new world of quantum reality. स्पीक इन हिंदी ऑल्सो. अच्छा, ओके, ठीक है. तो हम अभी तक जिस दुनिया के साथ संबंध हमारा था उसमें ऑब्जेक्ट्स इधर उधर रखे थे, खड़े थे. अगर घूम रहे थे तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा ट्रेन, बसें, धरती, सूरज, ये घूम रहे थे. लेकिन आज नए किस्म की गतियां आ गई हैं और वो गतियां क्वांटम के अंदर, क्वांटम पार्टिकल के फॉर्म में एटम के अंदर की गतियों के रूप में बाहर आ गई. हम इन मशीनों के जरिए पार्टिकल के अंदर की शक्तियों का इस्तेमाल क्वांटम उत्पादन के साधनों, औजारों के रूप में कर रहे हैं. लेजर बीम फॉर एग्जांपल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मशीन्स, कंप्यूटर्स, मोबाइल्स. तो हमारी चेतना का संबंध उस वस्तु से अब है जो बड़ी तेज गति से मूव कर रहा है. इसलिए हमारे सामने दार्शनिक सवाल, फिलोसॉफिकल सवाल खड़े होते हैं. So it is not one-to-one relation. I have also started moving. Human consciousness has also started moving at higher and higher speed. So when I say philosophy is in crisis, it includes all the philosophies, including dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism is a product of industrial era. Relatively stationary things or things in slow motion. And therefore, dialectical materialism should be in a position to anticipate, पहले से समझने की जरूरत है, and explain, व्याख्या करने की जरूरत है इन नए हाई स्पीड रियलिटी. ये ऐसा मैटर है, ऐसा पदार्थ है जो बहुत तेजी से चल रहा है और इसलिए अभी तक के जो नियम हैं वो उन पर लागू नहीं होते हैं या टूट रहे हैं नियम. One thing of dialectical materialism is more relevant, the dialectical part. Dialectical materialism is applicable in its dialectics of high motions. It has been proved, the predictions or the method of Hegel is being proved more and more correct. कि किस तरह से कन्वर्शन होता है, कोई चीज बदलती है. तो जब हम ये कहते हैं कि philosophy is in crisis, that is because we find it difficult to adjust with new speeds of development, new motions of development, very rapid development, very rapid developments of new innovations like deep seek, AI, 3D, robots, वर्चुअल रियलिटी, रियल रियलिटी, सो ऑन, ये नए डेवलपमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, इनके साथ हम तालमेल कैसे बैठाएं? Therefore, we need to take philosophy to higher levels. That is one very important conclusion of these developments. If we do not take our consciousness to higher levels, we will fail to understand these developments of very high order and very rapid speeds. And that from that point of view, philosophy is in crisis, including dialectical material, but not its dialectics part. Dialectics is being proved correct, and we are making new tools. Yeah, we are making new tools alongside. It means we are understanding these developments. By understanding, I mean understanding philosophically. Tools we are making by necessity. We are forced to make tools because we need higher rates of production, higher and greater and faster communication of information. So we are forced to make those tools. But are we interpreting those developments philosophically? How do you define matter, for example? Now, according to quantum physics and quantum philosophy, subject and object, the defining line between subject and object is blurred. Their interpenetration, dialectical interpenetration between subject and object. There is dialectical interpenetration between matter and idea in form of brain-computer interface. You see and you can move the object on the screen. So this is the working of brain at ideal and material reality together. So these two things are in unity and dialectical opposites. This has become not speculation, but gone out of its speculation, has become a reality. So it is philosophy in motion because it is matter in motion. It is philosophy. It should be philosophy at high speed because matter is at very high speed. What is your philosophical attitude, for example, to the motion of photon, light, electromagnetic waves and particles? How do you interpret them philosophically, not physically, not socially, philosophically? This is a new question posed before humanity. I hope I am able to say something and make things clear. Now, uh, here Lenin's interpretation or anticipation becomes clear. Lenin's anticipation. He was a great thinker. He said, but reality or science of high speeds is qualitatively different. That is what is happening today. Similarly, Hegel was also able to make these conversions, and that is the task before us today. And about value and money. Now, I feel, yes, you are right that paper is also a mode of representation. I mean, money in form of paper represents certain value. But paper is a stable thing. Coin is a stable thing. It is representation. Paper is representation. Paper धन का, पूंजी का, वस्तु का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. कागज है, लेकिन वह है वो कागज। उस कागज को हम अपने पॉकेट में रख सकते हैं। वी कैन पुट दैट पेपर, 1 rupee, 10 rupee, 100 rupee note in our paper, but we cannot keep digital form in our pocket. We cannot hold it. We can only produce it temporarily. Digital form of money is temporary, while paper form of money is permanent, relatively. And there is something in this digital form that shows the way to future. I feel that. I feel that an economy based on digital money, so-called money, is going to be different. This form of representation of value is unprecedented. It is not really a representation. It has two sides. One is representation, प्रतिनिधित्व करता है वैल्यू का, लेकिन इसका दूसरा साइड है कि प्रतिनिधित्व नहीं करता है, प्रतिनिधित्व करना बंद कर देता है उसी समय. It holds some secret for future. That much I can say. Some secret of future society, future economy, and the future of value. इसका दूसरा हिस्सा है कि the value is losing itself as value. It is becoming a social thing. It is going out of the commodity, out of the vastu के बाहर जा रहा है. And therefore, certain changes are taking place in society. I feel we need to go deeper into it. And digital money representation is, representation of money, that is value, in digital form is qualitatively different. It has, I feel, a basis for disappearance of money and money commodity relations in future. So, and one or two more comments I would like to make, that Gilidharanji also said something about the future. I think this society is, I feel that society is undergoing vast change. And the poor, of course, there are poor, downtrodden today, and they continue to be there, and they will continue to be for quite some time as long as capitalism is there. But this is one side of the picture. The poor, on the other side, are also being affected by technological changes, and they are being empowered by new technology. उनके हाथ में वो शक्ति आ रही है, गरीबों के हाथ में, डाउन ट्रॉडन के हाथ में, वर्कर के हाथ में, पेजेंट के हाथ में. They are being empowered by this technology. This technology is qualitatively different, and it can be used by every individual. It has the secret to the future society. So I think I also agree with Marla Vijay Kumar ji also on his observation that dialectical materialism has to redefine. I've been saying in my books earlier, it has to be redefined. It must change. It must assimilate the latest developments in sciences, technology, theory, philosophy, and dialectical materialism must anticipate what is going to happen. Not just what is happening, but what is going to. Dialectical materialism को भविष्य के होने वाली घटनाओं को समझ के अपने को ऊपर उठाना पड़ेगा. That will become the the anticipation is missing. Only then any theory, including dialectical materialism, will be able to move with the developments in the objective world. So thank you very much with these words to all of you.
Sir, there is one query from Anil Sawan, sir. So I will take the
Yes.
last question and observation. Anil Sawan, sir, unmute yourself and
Yeah,
say something, sir. Yes.
yeah. Thank you, Amit. Uh, just I was trying to understand the discussion, and what I have gathered is what is philosophy that is trying to understand the world around us. And objective of philosophy जो हम बात करते हैं कि को हम को अहम हु आई एम इन दिस वर्ल्ड, यानी मेरा जो अस्तित्व है, मैं कौन हूं, क्या हूं, एज ए ह्यूमन बीइंग और एज एन एनिमल इन दिस वर्ल्ड, एंड विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू मी व्हाट इज द वर्ल्ड, मेरे संदर्भ में बाकी जो दुनिया है ये क्या है, इसका ज्ञान लेना, इस इसको समझने की कोशिश करना, ये फिलॉसफी का उद्दिष्ट है। और एक तरफ ये एक प्रयास है पूरे जो हमारा अस्तित्व है और जो भी बदलते बदलते आज जिस मुकाम तक आ गया है, जो अभी तंत्रज्ञान की प्रगति हो गई है, इस संदर्भ में इसको समझने के लिए कोशिश करना, ये उद्दिष्ट फिलॉसफी का है। तो अभी दूसरी तरफ हम ये समझते हैं कि जो मानव का जो हस्तक्षेप है निसर्ग में, जो भी मानव के अस्तित्व के लिए जो भी जरूरी लगता है, उस वो सब हासिल करने के लिए जो निसर्ग के साथ में जो वो इंटरेक्शन करता है, संघर्ष करता है, तो ये संघर्ष करते समय ये देखा जाता है कि मानव को जो भी ये जो अस्तित्व है उसमें जो विज्ञान के जो नियम है, वो विज्ञान के नियम को समझ के वो विज्ञान के नियमों का उपयोग करके ही वो ये निसर्ग के साथ इंटरैक्शन कर सकता है, ना कि उसको ठुकरा के। हम एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज में देखते हैं कि निसर्ग के नियमों को ठुकरा के यदि इंटरैक्शन मानव का हो रहा है, तो उसका जो नतीजा हो रहा है, परिणाम हो रहा है, वो इस तरह से मानव के सामने आते हैं, वो हम सब बातें करते हैं। तो ये एक तरफ है, और दूसरी तरफ ये अभी जो बात आ गई है कि जो स्पीड बढ़ गया है, अभी तंत्रज्ञान इस मुकाम पे आ गया है कि सभी चीजों का स्पीड बढ़ रहा है। एटम के अंदर हम बात कर रहे हैं, सूक्ष्म स्तर पर। तो अभी विज्ञान के जो नियम है, अभी जो क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स और बातें हो रही है, तो इस स्तर के जो विज्ञान के नियम है वो आज हमें पूरी तरह से समझे नहीं है, और वो जब तक समझते नहीं है तब तक ये फिलॉसफी का जो कंफ्यूजन है वो हटने के लिए अभी चैलेंजेस है, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। ये एक बात है। और दूसरी तरफ ये जो पूरी जो अभी तंत्रज्ञान हर तरह से जो प्रगत हो गए हैं, उसमें हम ये देखते हैं कि एक तरफ आर्कियोलॉजिकल जो डिस्कवरीज हो रही है वो भी नई नई चमकाने वाली हो रही है, कि जो अभी तक का अंडरस्टैंडिंग था उसको पूरा यानी एक चैलेंज देते हैं कि आज तक जो जिस तरह से आपने आपका जो
Sorry,
पास्ट को
sorry for
इंटरप्रेट
interruption,
किया.
sir.
या
Sorry for
या
please use a few sentences in English also because
ओके
Nico
ओके
is here and
या या या
yeah,
या
so
या
it
या
will
ओके
be
ओके
helpful for all of us.
I will
Yes, sir.
briefly
Yes, sir.
mention what I have said so far,
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
and
okay,
then
okay.
uh, uh, put my next point.
Yes, yes, sir. Go
I
ahead,
said
sir.
that the philosophy is basically for understanding our own existence in this world. And in Sanskrit, there is a word ko aham, who I am in this world. So this is the search for understanding this, who I am, and at the same time, in my relation, what is the nature in which I am interacting. So understanding, trying to understand this is the objective of philosophy. And now, when this world is changing, and therefore so many new understandings have to be developed. That is the challenge with the philosophy. Second point I made, that when human beings are interacting with the nature, human beings have to follow the rules of science, meaning rules of this nature. Human beings cannot interfere with the nature uh, by not following these rules. So environmental issues are the repercussion of the, or the example of the outcome of this. And the third is, we have reached a new stage of uh, development where we are talking about quantum mechanics and wave and particle existing simultaneously and so on. So we are not yet clear about the rules of this nature at this level. And when we will understand these rules at this level, then perhaps there will be a window for understanding the new way of thinking in the philosophy. Second point I am making now is, because of the development, even in the field of archaeology, there are new discoveries. And with these new discoveries, these discoveries are just challenging the understanding so far made about the past history of the human society and the world as such. And therefore, we will have to take into consideration these new archaeological discoveries also to understand and rediscover and reinterpret our past, and then understand what will be the future. So that is what is the new requirement. Thirdly, we talked about world order. So Trump is,
So much to be done out in the space and to solve the problems of society, of humanity, which are so easy because we are wasting so much money. Uh, yes, you are right. Nico is right. We are wasting so much money in arms race and so on and so forth. So, environment, we are destroying environment from blue planet, it is becoming gray planet. और इसके इंटरेस्टिंगली इसके बारे में फ्रेडरिक एंगल्स ने डायलेक्टिक्स ऑफ नेचर में और इंट्रोडक्शन टू द क्रिटिक ऑफ पॉलिटिकल इकोनॉमी में पॉइंट आउट किया गया हाउ वी आर डिस्ट्रॉइंग नेचर without considering the first and second and third results of destruction and so on and so forth. So really you have raised very pertinent questions, and we have to redefine philosophy in the context and in the light of the latest technological and scientific discoveries and their conversion into productive forces and information forces. So let us continue our investigation and study further. That is what that's all I want to say for. Thank you very much.
So Gaurav, please complete in a few words, right? Because time is going to be over. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, क्या Please repeat. Please repeat. Oh. Hmm. Yes, but the human labor is liberating itself by handing over its functions to electricity and more particularly to the electronics and today to the AI. So it began with input of labor, and then when